Hello, you wonderful people. Welcome back to the channel. Instagram just revealed the top signals they use to rank stories higher in the algorithm. So we're going to be breaking down how you can use this information to get your stories seen by more people. Let's dive in.
Alrighty, first, let's talk about why you should be regularly posting Instagram stories. Now, there are two prime reasons. First and foremost, and most importantly, it helps you build a real community, which should be your primary focus and purpose on Instagram. And two, it helps your overall account rank higher in the algorithm, which will help you reach new and similar audiences. So, on the first point, stories are the best way to stay connected to your current audience. It's really important you don't just focus on getting new followers while ignoring the ones who have already committed to being a part of your ecosystem. The followers you already have are your warm audience who are already more interested in what you share and what you offer. That is so important for driving sales as a business owner or having successful partnerships as a creator. You should want to continue building and nurturing your community because that is the primary value of social media, that you can reach people who begin to know, like, and trust you. Now, we'll talk about what content you can share to help you connect with your existing community through stories in just a second.
The other important factor is that it does help you rank in the algorithm indirectly. So although stories are less likely to be shown to new audiences unless you use a discovery sticker like a location tag or an add your sticker, if you build a relationship with your audience, those individuals are just more likely to not only engage with your stories, but they're very likely to engage with your posts as well. So the more they engage with your content across any surface, the higher the content ranks overall, which helps increase your distribution and recommendations. So for example, if I always like or interact with Craig's stories, which I do,
I hope so,
then I'm more likely to see his posts in feed because Instagram understands I'm interested in his content. So when his stuff shows up on my feed, I'm more likely to engage with it, which is what they want. This helps it be shown to more people because it's racking up more engagement, which increases his reach and his opportunity to grow, and it repeats in that way. So now that we've talked about why you should be posting more stories, let's talk about how the Instagram algorithm ranks stories and how you can create and optimize your stories to rank higher.
Instagram looks at three key signals. Now, the first signal they look for is how likely a person is to tap on a story. So when that little circle shows up in their stories feed at the top of Instagram, how likely they are to actually open that story. So let's talk about how to get people to tap your stories. Commit to a frequency of stories. And as we say in kind of every video, be consistent. If you can, aim to post at least daily during the week so that you keep coming up in people's stories feed. And this only needs to be like one story a day. It doesn't have to be like a massive volume. And right now we're actually currently experimenting with one story a day as we're seeing higher views, but we'll update you guys on that later when we have more data. And the more frequently you post the stories, the more opportunity you have to be seen and the more people will get used to watching your content. And if you're worried about your content having to be overly curated or highly produced, that's not what stories is for at all. What's great is the content you share in stories should overall be less pressure, more raw, and more organic. And this could look like things like the behind the scenes of your day or showcasing the content, products, or services you're working on. Primarily, it should just feel more real time than the content that you post in your feed.
And if you're struggling with what to post and it's keeping you from being consistent, you can check out our 30 days of Instagram stories guide. We've been getting so much great feedback on this guide because we literally deliver over 45 prompts you can follow and directly apply to your industry. So you always have something to post and you can just repeat it month by month. If you watch our stories, actually, you'll notice that we're using it, but you have to look at the guide to realize. And we've also even seen people who I'm like, are they using our guide? And then like we'll get like a testimony or something after. We're like, oh yeah, I had a feeling.
I think it's the biggest selling product, no?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
which is very cool.
That and the content creation bundle, which it's part of.
Yes.
Yeah. The second signal Instagram uses to rank stories is how likely a person is to like the story. So when they see the story, how likely are they to tap that little red heart in the bottom right corner? So how to get more people to like your stories is really important, right? So of course, what's most important is to share content people actually want to consume. So you don't want to just be sharing anything just for the sake of posting. You want to give people something they want to like. And you can do this by sharing content that's relatable relatable. So talking about a struggle or challenge you're having with your business that others also may be going through, or even talk about something that's just related to your city or your interest or your niche, something people can relate to, knowing who your audience is. Another category of content that would get people to like your post or like your story is inspiring content. So that could look like showcasing a win or success that you're proud of. That could appeal to people who aspire to even be in your position. So maybe we would share wins as social media agency owners that another social media manager might like, or even just any other entrepreneur or business owner in general might like. Or you could share like quotes or clips from someone that you find inspiring as well, who your audience will likely find inspiring too. Another type of story you could share are ones that are insightful. So, something that gives detailed look at what running your business is actually like. Perhaps it could be like a daily routine or just a surprising fact about your industry. We like to do this type of content a lot on our platform, and that performs very well. Educational, this is one of our top forms of content and a lot for our clients as well. So that's any knowledge that you have on any topic that can make your audience's life better, whether it's in the form of tips or it's a fact or it's a story. Another thing, of course, people love entertaining content. So something that you enjoy, that you know your audience would too, even if it's a funny story or some sort of narrative that keeps people hooked, or memes, love sharing the memes on the stories, things like that, right? The content doesn't have to be your own, so that's important, but it should be relevant and it should inspire your audience to take action, and this action specifically would be getting them to like. And we talked more about how to create stories that get more views in this video, so we definitely recommend that you check that out. And also be sure though to interact with your community stories as well, so you can create this type of reciprocal relationship where you engage with one another's account. Again, community always at the forefront. These are people, right? These are the views that you get are real people, and you should want to engage with them and want to see what they're up to. So this will also help you continuously show up in each other's feeds and show Instagram that you're an active user.
And that brings us to the third signal Instagram uses to rank stories, and that is how likely a person is to reply to a story or send you a message. Now, before we get into how you can get more story replies, let's touch on the importance of DMs, which we covered in this video, but we'll recap briefly here just to since you're already here watching, right? So DMs are high engagement markers in the Instagram algorithm, and we've spoken in the past on how Instagram is emphasizing DMs because of their popularity amongst users, especially for things like sharing of memes, as we all do all day long, in addition to general use of the messenger function. And inviting someone to the DMs will set off that signal to the algorithm that your story is engaging, and then in turn, it will also set off a relationship signal, so you appear more consistently in that person's story feed, as we mentioned earlier, not to mention their actual in-feed as well. If you're posting, they're more likely to see your feed post.
Exactly.
And when you're inviting people to DM you, make sure it ladders back up to your pillars and serves a purpose. So for example, if you create skincare products, you can ask your audience to DM you with their skincare struggles or their issues and challenges, and then kick off a conversation from there. Or you could have them fill out like a survey or a quiz, which you could automate using ManyChat. Now, if you haven't seen our videos before, where we talk about ManyChat at length.
If you haven't seen any videos.
Any videos, basically. If you're new, shouts to you.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. ManyChat essentially allows you to make this process incredibly simpler by setting up a keyword that you can ask your audience to comment, and then when they do that, it'll trigger an automated comment reply that you personally set up in the ManyChat backend, which then leads to a custom DM that you also set up where you provide the freebie, the link, the promo code, offer, anything that you want to get your audience. If you want to learn more about ManyChat and actually give it a crack, hit the link in the description to get a full month for free of their pro plan. It's truly a game changer.
Yeah, and Craig filmed a really great video on ManyChat flow sequences.
Yes, on
which
how to
we'll
set it
also
up.
leave here for you too.
Yes.
And we have another video coming up because they have a quick automation feature that is sick that we
Yeah.
were going through with the client the other day. Like, I was ready to train her on like this really serious section of it, and then I was like, oh, what is this? And it was the quick automation, and it made it so easy. So we're going to do a video on that coming up soon.
Yes, exactly. And okay, so with that said, here's how to get more people to reply to your stories. So you can share value-driven content and create an offer aligned with that content where people can DM you to learn more. Or they could download something from you for free, like a freebie PDF that we talk about often.
Yeah.
And as you know, the best way to do this is via ManyChat, by asking them to DM you a keyword to receive that, which creates the DM conversation. So that's the simplest way to get that done. You could also ask questions to invite your audience to talk to you. So encourage more two-way conversations. You just post that in the text in the stories. And of course, any Instagram story stickers that generate engagement, like the slider, the poll, the Q&A, or multiple choice stickers, all help with getting people to interact with your stories, which is really what you want. They need to get them used to tapping on something rather than just watching and skipping. And while it's not a direct reply, it gives you an opportunity to follow up on their response and start a conversation. And it also gets them used to engaging with you in general, as I was just saying, which are still signals the algorithm will use to keep surfacing your stories to them. I've noticed a lot of times if I respond to someone's stories just with one of the engagement stickers or just with an emoji, a lot of times, particularly brands, they'll respond back.
Yeah.
And I really like that a lot. I feel like it's happening more and more.
As
and
you should.
As the brands do,
Yeah.
but they're being proactive.
That's good. Yeah.
It's like I'm engaging with the story because I want to. And I'm just like, oh, fire emoji, love heart, then like surprise face or something. And then they'll come back and they'll say something.
Nice.
And even if it's like one message back and forth, like I think that's really cool. And I'm seeing it more and more often. So it feels like brands are really understanding the power of stories more. So really, this is a great opportunity, and arguably it's one of the simplest things that you can do to get the most out of in Instagram, I think.
And that's it. That's how the Instagram Stories algorithm works and how they rank your posts to be shown in front of more people. We really hope that this breakdown helps you plan your story strategy so you can maximize your taps, your likes, and your replies.
Yes.
Now, if you want us to review your story strategy, review the stories or content that you share, or your overall content in general, we do this bi-weekly in our membership channel right here on YouTube. So if you're interested in having more like direct Q&A sessions with us, looking at vlog content together, not that we watch it together, but you know, having access to vlog content, having access to interviews, and also resources that are for members only or that are paid in our shop but free for members, then definitely hit that join button below to learn more and sign up to get, become an insider.
We've got a great community. Everyone's lovely.
It is a great community though.
It's really, really cool.
So definitely check that out. Thank you so much for coming back to watch another video. If you found this video helpful, give us a like, and we definitely recommend you check out this video next. We'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
Bye.